Today we have a really interesting thought experiment. What if CSGO never added skins? So for this video, I actually got a little bit of help from Dr. Strange. He looked into all the different multiverses, and what he found out might shock you. On August 13th, 2013, CSGO changed the world with the Arms Deal update. They essentially added over 100 skins, they added keys, they added cases. So it essentially gave people the ability to add some personality to their arsenal. The Esports 2013 case was essentially a way for them to raise more money for the pro scene. But obviously, because the game was significantly less popular at the time, it didn't really add too much money to the major prize pools. However, if they did this again today, the prize pool could exceed over $10 million. But I don't know if they would do that because it's not Dota. And then they even announced a couple skins that they were going to be adding to the game that were actually made by people in the community. And if we look at the amount of players who played it historically, as soon as they released cases, that's when the game really started blowing up. But what if they never added skins to the game? Also, just to make things as simple as possible, we're also going to remove TF2 skins because they did come out 4 years earlier. By the way, I want to give a huge shout out to all the people on YouTube as well as Discord who left an answer to this question and kind of gave their perspective. So make sure to vote for whoever you think has the best answer. So our first comment is from Ace, and he basically said the game would be dead because CSGO is an inspiration for so many other games for their custom skins. I mean, also without the skins, Steam would be totally different. Counter-Strike is a major contributor to creating basically the Steam marketplace and helping it really thrive. Because outside of Steam, if you have any skins whatsoever, chances are they're probably worthless and you probably have no way to sell them. So we have Counter-Strike to thank for that. Our next comment is from Josh, and he basically said, I think the game wouldn't be as popular without skins. CS 1.6 was a better game overall in my opinion, so I think it wouldn't be where it is today. I also think the YouTube side has helped and also boosted interest for the majors, so they go hand in hand. So I think its success is all based on the type of skins. I believe that Valve would probably put a ton into their other games and possibly new titles if they didn't have as much success with the skins. Absolutely spitting facts. Next up, we have a comment from Mac, and he said, honestly, at first, I don't think it would change a whole lot besides the fact that it feels so satisfying to open a case and get some good skins from it. But when you think about it, there are so many people that literally play the game just for the skins and the satisfaction of collecting them. And I think there would likely be a big drop in the player base with lots of changes within the CSGO community. But gameplay wise, it would pretty much stay the same without knife animations. In my personal opinion, the game can most definitely be fun for many people if Valve never added skins, purely because of the gameplay and the premise of CSGO. It would just be a less populated game. We also have another comment from Onions, and I feel like the game would not be as popular as it is today. Firstly, many content creators would not be able to make videos on skins, and the game would only be focused around gameplay. More people would likely leave the game because if you spend $1,000 on skins, you're more likely to stay playing the game. Valve would also be making a lot less money since the skins are their secret money plan behind the Steam Deck. I swear. Honestly, you guys made some really good points, so thank you to everyone who left a response. But absolutely no doubt, yeah, the game would be significantly less popular, but what would that even really mean for the game? Would that affect just Counter-Strike? Would that affect the entire gaming industry as a whole? And it's kind of interesting to kind of think about it, because if CSGO never added skins, maybe all these other companies would have never had the idea to add their own custom skins, like Call of Duty with their loot boxes, and I mean, well, every game with their loot boxes, because CSGO kind of popularized the entire concept, and then a lot of regulators in Europe said, nah fam, get these out of our games. And CSGO was kind of the catalyst for that whole thing. And in my personal opinion, I think the reason why Valve put so much time and effort into updating the game and adding new content, improving it, was because the game was doing so well and they were making a lot of money from skins. So without that extra revenue, if they're just making like $15 per person and that's it, would they even really put in that much time and effort into making the game better? I think not. I think it would be on par with the console version of the game, to be honest. It would have just been neglected and forgotten about. Don't get me wrong, CSGO is by far the best competitive FPS game on the planet. Nothing comes even remotely close. Many have tried to replicate it, and all have failed. But honestly though, I think without case openings being so popular and people pulling knives being such a big deal, I don't think that many people would really care about the game, and I feel like the game would have just declined into obscurity and Valve would have just given up on it. And ultimately, there's a chance that the game could hit such a low point that they might simply decide to just shut off the servers permanently and just go back to 1.6 or Source, which would be weird. A lot of game companies wouldn't be profitable enough to produce their own games unless they raised the price, pushing more and more people away from gaming. Because imagine if you know, a new game was $120. That'd be way too much for most people. But I mean, from a player's perspective, there'd be no skins, so absolutely no financial reward for playing games and grinding them out and like collecting stuff. Essentially, it would basically just start like a big butterfly effect where one small change can make a huge impact on the entire world. And I could even argue that free-to-play games might not even exist as we know them today. But overall, I'm just glad that we don't live in that timeline, because CSGO opened up so many doors for so many people, and it gave us all something both amazing and at the same time terrible. Like, remember the loot box era of gaming where you could open up a mystery box and gain an unfair advantage? Yeah, that was kind of due to CSGO. CSGO started the trend, and it did it in a perfect way where it didn't ruin the balance. The game was still fair for everyone regardless of what skins you have. And then other companies came in and tried to profit off of the success, and you know, they did it in the worst way possible where you had to spend money to be competitive. Yeah, I'm glad that's gone. Moral of the story, I'm just glad that CSGO skins exist, and I couldn't even imagine a world where they don't, because it would suck. So drop a like if you guys agree, leave a comment down below letting me know your thoughts, and subscribe with the bell icon rung if you haven't already. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. It's Turbo, and I'm out. Peace.